We like to use this time partly as a way of talking to you about kind of the state of nerdfighteria. The first VidCon there were 500 people at this gathering, which is amazing. And now there are probably more people in this room than we had subscribers after we'd made 200 YouTube videos, which is weird. But thank you for being here. We want to talk a little bit about what's going on with nerdfighteria and what we hope the next year or two looks like.
Yeah.
But we also want to answer some of your questions. So I guess I just want to. I'll begin. Can I begin?
Go.
Will you go second?
Yeah.
All right.
Will you go third?
I'll go third.
Okay.
The last year has been great and weird. Very weird. This movie came out that was associated with the book that I wrote. That was great. It was a little weird. I feel like it's weird for nerdfighteria anytime we have a...
Wait, John, did you write How to Train Your Dragon?
Yeah. Yeah, I did. Didn't you like it?
Yeah, I love that.
I know.
I didn't even know that.
I know. I didn't even know it was based on a book.
It is, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it a good book?
I don't know, I haven't read it.
I
assume it is.
It's always weird in nerdfighteria when there's a huge influx of attention and scrutiny from the outside world, because we have this sort of wonderful insular thing going on, and then it feels like suddenly there's a circle that surrounds us of people who are looking at us and talking about us and thinking about us as think pieces in magazines about what we mean or whatever, and also lots of attention from other corners of the internet. Some of it negative, some of it positive, some of it neutral. But the important thing to us in this process is to welcome in people who want to be nerdfighters, people who are nerdfighters and just don't know what nerdfighteria is yet, and then to kind of let everyone else who like The Fault in Our Stars or the Fault in Our Stars movie like it, and not have to read Behind the Beautiful Forevers, or participate in the Project for Awesome, or do the stuff that we do as a community. And so that's our focus. Our focus is on you, is on the people who identify as nerdfighters, who want to be nerdfighters, who want to do stuff with us, who want to be together in this. And that's going to continue to be our focus. We're kind of going to, I think, zero down on that more in the next year. We're also going to be launching a new Crash Course Big History, which is Crash Course Big History is a interdisciplinary approach to the story of the universe that includes astronomy and physics and biology, but also traditional history, for those of you who like traditional history. Even some, art history and some thoughts about the written word as well.
So I was just wondering, tell me if I'm wrong, but don't you still have a punishment to do?
See, that's the kind of hard-hitting questions that we need. That's a great question, sir.
It's possible. I think we need to have somebody go through and figure out exactly the state of nerdfighteria punishments.
No, sir. The answer is
John
yes.
might have one too.
Punishment to do. So. No. All right, can we get someone who can promise to go through the last couple years of Vlogbrothers videos, establish the punishment situation? Just if we can have one person, raise your hand, it's one person who can really do it. You, in the front row, wearing shorts that are also overalls. I don't mean that as that's good, I like it. I'm just trying to identify you.
I would also say that to me right now.
I never think that's good advice. Always worry. Worry is, that great Emily Dickinson line, hope is the thing with feathers. It's a lie. Worry is the thing with feathers. Worry is the thing that helps us to float through this world. Worry is what makes us fly. It's anxiety that propels us and makes all of life possible. The whole reason there was a two-celled organism was because the one-celled organisms were scared. And they said to themselves, the only way forward is increasing complexity.
Actually for Hank.
Hell
He's
yeah.
my favorite brother. He is my favorite brother.
That's fine.
So.
Mine too, actually.
I'm also my favorite Vlogbrother.
You're my favorite, John. It's okay.
Thanks, buddy.
How does it feel to have a brother who is kind of a big deal? I mean, because I know where I'm from, I'm from Pittsburgh, by the way, so I met some of the people from the Fall.
Cool town.
People don't know Nerdfighters or Vlogbrothers, but you say John Green, everybody's like, whoa. How does that feel?
Seriously, Hank, I like that the question that's for you is how it feels to be my brother.
So quick anecdote. There was a time in 2010 maybe when somebody posted a Wikipedia article about me, and then the Wikipedia mods took it down, and there was a discussion in the behind the scenes Wikipedia thing, which you can look at, and it said, having a notable brother does not imbue notoriety. I have my own Wikipedia page now, but that was a bit of a sting. So there's two parts to that. There's one, like the part that you're saying with like does it like sting to not be as like well known as John, and no, not at all. Like that like being on the Colbert Report sounds terrifying to me.
It was. I didn't enjoy it at all.
I know, like John was like, I could be on the Colbert Report, and he was like, I don't think I'm going to do it. It sounds terrifying, and I'll have to get on a plane, and I've been on enough planes. And I was like, you have to do that. And he was like, I guess I do. But it does, like, I don't, nobody, like, I don't know if anybody wants that. It's just so terrifying. And, like, fame and notoriety, like, being known by lots of people is, like, not appealing to me. Being, like, well known by a few people, like, respected and understood is much more appealing. The idea of somebody wanting to get a picture with me and not knowing who I am, but just knowing that the thing that they're getting a picture with is the idea of fame is creepy. Like, I don't want that. And I'm looking forward to John's wave crashing and then coming back to normal levels.
No, that's not a joke. We both are.
Like it's just like what's gonna happen. Like that's how it works. We've talked to lots of people who have dealt with this.
But like, yay for like 2 years from now when it's just us again.
Yeah.
Not that we're not really grateful for all the success of everything,
But the other piece of that is when I read a John Green book, and I'm like, there is no way that that jerkface wrote this. Because they're very good. I have a very hard time attaching the idea of John Green to the really fantastic piece of art that he like came out of his fingers. So I am astounded and very proud of that part, and still can't really wrap my mind around it.
Thank you, Hank. I have to say that is very similar to how I feel when you call me and you say, I have an idea. And I'm just like, how? How have you had another idea after all of your existing ideas? How do you have time to have an idea? So I've never known anyone as hardworking as Hank, and I've also never known anyone who is as fully and truly selflessly committed to making good things as Hank. It's amazing. It's an amazing, amazing thing. And I'm always blown away. I mean, I'm blown away by VidCon every year. It's like coming to a wedding, your wedding, but you didn't plan it. You know, so you just show up and everyone's like, hey, congratulations. And you're like, thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing to me what you do, and it seems kind of impossible to me. But I'm very, very grateful that I get to kind of be the tail of the comet on all of these things, because it's really, really special, a lot of the stuff that you do.
I also love being your tail, John.
Oh, thank you. This is getting dangerously close to Esterday territory.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead.
Two human beings connected by a big long tail. Like it's like a raccoon tail. It's really cute.
We're gonna talk about that in big history when we discuss the future of humans. Will it be that people are connected by tails? This is the last question. I'm sorry. I apologize. Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Kelsey, and this is for both of you, so feel special. What do you see being like the end of nerdfighteria or your involvement?
What an amazing last question.
What?
Did you prepare that? Were you like? How did you make us do that?
I knew you were gonna choose me last because Cripple Perk. So anyway, what do you see as like being the end of nerdfighteria or your involvement in nerdfighteria? Because you said in a panel that you think it'll exist after you die.
Yeah, I think that the end of my involvement in nerdfighteria is definitely death.
Yeah,
It was really weird in the panel. People were like, "No, don't say that," and I was like, "Well, I'm gonna die." Wait, are you guys confused about that? I'm like planning on it, like not like daily or anything, but you know, I'm like gonna be.
Wow. Wait, you don't think about dying daily?
Oh no, yeah, maybe once a week. I'm thinking about it now.
Is that serious? You think about dying once a week?
I don't know. I don't like have a spreadsheet.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, there has not been a day that I did not think about dying since I became aware of dying. Like, I spent a lot of time, I think I asked you this question once, like I was in an airport and you called me and I was like, are you ever in an airport and you're just staring at all the people thinking about how dead they're all gonna be? And Hank was like, no. And I was like, but they are, man,
thinking about
they're
how
all
dead they're
gonna die. And he was like, yeah.
Oblivion is inevitable.
Pull that one out like once a day now. Yeah, it's
Good.
It's my second time.
Yeah. I feel the same way. I want to be a nerd fighter. I want it to be something that I am for the rest of my life. And I hope that there will be
Can
other...
we put it on your tombstone?
I'd have to ask my family because
Yeah,
my
like-
tombstone isn't really about me.
Husband, father, nerd fighter.
Yeah. Now I'm getting a little worried that we're like inviting death soon. Because it's like, oh, like Abraham Lincoln had a dream about dying the night before he died. And then like if we die on the plane ride home, people are gonna be like, oh, that's funny, they discussed, he said he wanted it to be on his tombstone. Just to be clear, I want whoever is alive, I want them to decide what's on my tombstone because I want it to be useful to them because it is of absolutely no interest to me.
Yeah, I mean, so where nerdfighteria goes, I mean, obviously, when I think about the future, I don't think about end. I think about, you know, just like a series of ideas. And even if it's not, that's not the word. I think that just the culture, the ideas, and like even if it has a very small effect on individual people, like those effects are like matter and are important and last for a very long time. But
they last for a lifetime. I mean, the end of nerdfighteria is the moment the last person who, the last time that someone thinks about being a nerd fighter or feels transformed.
I don't like where we're going.
Feels transformed. I mean, it will happen, of course, but like it's the last time that someone feels conscious of being transformed by nerdfighteria, and even then, it's not really over because maybe that person was shaped by something within this community that affected someone else, and it can sort of ripple on, and maybe in that way, like. It survives, and I think in a way like we survive, the way that we've touched each other and affected each other survives until there are no human beings anymore, at which point, who cares?
Yeah, like that's the like, yeah.
There's my hope.
Yeah. I mean, there's that whole Oblivion thing. I mean, like, The Fault in Our Stars.
That's the best I got, kid, I'm sorry.
It's a pretty good book. And like, it's really, actually, it's changed the way I think about that sort of thing. I think it's so fantastic. Like the idea that it's all about being remembered, it's not. It's about now. It's about, just like you said, like how do you know what to do with your life? You don't. You know what to do with today. It's not about what we do with. It's not about how many people we affect. It's about connecting. It's about having a connection now and having an effect now.
We don't have. Yeah, clap for him.
Do anything he tells you to.
A lot of people find it very sad to think that there is no forever, at least no earthly forever, and like it's something that's very difficult for them to contemplate. But I find it very liberating. I find it kind of joyful because it makes now miraculous. It makes now more special than it possibly. It's almost because it's finite. It's unbelievably valuable. And like what an astonishing privilege we all enjoy to be able to apprehend the universe. Like what an astonishing privilege it is to be able to be connected to each other. Like how amazing is it that we are here right now at all? We are the tiniest possible fraction of what possibly could have happened. And it's such a wonderful gift to all of us to be here with each other now. And I take great comfort in that and find a lot of joy in that instead of finding sadness in it.
I think that that's an excellent place to stop. I have an announcement to make, which is that I have to pee extremely badly.
So I want to say, I just want to really quickly, before we go,
Okay.
just say thanks.
Yeah.
I know Hank has to pee, so I'll try to make this brief, but thank you for being part of this with us. Thank you for making Nerdfighteria because you do. Thank you for making it a community that I'm so proud to be a part of. Thank you for the Project for Awesome, for the gift of The Fault in Our Stars, for your response to it, your generosity toward it. And most of all, thank you for being good to each other. Thank you for being good to each other in real life here at VidCon. Thank you for being good to each other in the comments of Vlogbrothers videos. Thanks for being good to each other in the forums. Just thanks for being there for each other and good to each other. It's such a gift to us, and every time you do that, know that you are making someone's day better and brighter as others have made yours, and as so many of you have made mine. So thank you so much. And as we say in our hometown, don't forget to be awesome.